Hey! So the weather outside is pretty sunny, and it reminded me of spring, which reminded me of a traumatic event that happened about a year ago that I thought I'd share with you all. The story of the hornet in the kitchen. So during the spring, we have this problem in our kitchen where bees and stuff get in. We still don't know how, they just end up in the kitchen, and we have to catch them and let them go, which is normally fine. Until one day, when I was home alone, and I heard this buzzing that sounded louder than usual, and I go in, and there's a hornet in our kitchen. If you don't know what a hornet is, it's a wasp, but bigger and scarier. So I was like, no one's home, I'll just close the doors and wait until someone else is home and they can deal with it, right? Wrong. One of the doors doesn't close properly. And I don't want the hornet to get out, but mostly I don't want the cats to go in. Because, you know, if they see this thing buzzing around, they're going to start swiping at it, try to catch it, it'll sting them. And I don't know what happens if a hornet stings a cat, like if it has enough like venom or whatever in it to like kill it, if they'll have an allergic reaction or whatever. I wasn't going to risk it, right? I start calling my brother, like, hey Leon, when are you going to be home? In case he's going to be home soon enough that he can deal with it. It's like, hey, I'm going to be home in 2 hours. I'm like, well, that's not going to be enough. So I realize I'm going to have to get rid of this hornet. So what we normally do with the bees is get like this like milkshake cup we have and like cover them up, like put it against like the window and then put a magazine up against it, you know, carry it out, open the door, throw it out, right? So I grab the cup, start going towards the hornet, and it starts flying towards me, right? And I'm like, no, 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 no. So I like get out of there, and this hornet just like goes back to trying to get out the window. It's clear I'm not going to be able to get close enough to this hornet, right? So I put on a dressing gown, long pants, Ugg boots, oven mitts, a beanie, so there's no part of me that the hornet can get to except like my face and my neck. And I get the like cardboard rolls they put in the middle of wrapping paper, I get that and tape the cup to the end. So I have like this 1 meter long stick, and I go into the kitchen to like trap this hornet. Carefully like get it so that the, you know, the cup's like sealed against the window, the hornet's inside, and at the end of this stick, because I'm holding it at the end, I can feel the hornet like bumping against like the sides, like buzzing furiously trying to get out. And I slowly, right, am like working my way down to the stick to make, because I like making sure it doesn't even slightly open or it'll like get out. And then I grab this magazine and like slide it over the front of the cup and take the cup off the door, right? So I'm holding it now, that the stick's still like all out the end, so it's more like this, and I can feel it like buzzing up against the magazine trying to get out, and I'm like terrified because there's just like paper keeping this thing from like killing me. And I slowly like walk around to the back door, but then I realize I'm holding the cup and I'm holding the magazine and I can't open the door. So what I do is I balance the magazine on top of the cup, you know, and I'm slowly like reaching to unlock the door and then open it. Meanwhile, this hornet is like banging up against it. The magazine, from the force of the hornet, is slowly like sliding more and more off. And then just as it's about to fall off completely, I whip open the door, throw the whole thing out, and the hornet flies out, and I quickly shut it before it like flies back in. And it's done. 2 hours later, when my brother gets home, I tell him this whole ordeal with the hornet, right? Like Vienna versus the hornet. And he's like, why didn't you just spray it with Mortein? Past Vienna. What a muppet!